Hi, my name is Andrea Mayoni, and I was featured on the cover of Newsday, November of 2023, for women in long COVID. And I suffer from a rare disease called sarcoidosis, which is considered an autoimmune disease. And what happens with sarcoidosis is how it really affects your body, because it affects each patient a little bit differently. And about 15 to 17% of the world population has it. And why they call it a snowflake disease and what it does to the body is it creates inflammation within your body, and it also causes granulomas. And granulomas are inflammation clusters, and they can form in different parts. So with me, it formulated in my chest cavity and my lungs, and also in my musculoskeletal system and in my neurological system. But each patient can have it in different areas. So some people have it in their liver, some people have it in their spleen, some people even have a granulonoma in their brain. So each patient presents differently, and that is why they call it a snowflake disease. So what can actually happen in your body is an organ can be totally broken down, and it eventually you die from the complication of the illness, not from the disease itself. So it can lead to, let's say, pneumonia, a heart attack, and then ultimately your death. So that's why when COVID came, and a lot of the patients who have it in their pulmonary system, we were on the high risk list. So when I contracted COVID pneumonia in May of 2020, that was very dangerous for me. So I had it once in May, and then I had it again in December. So when I ran the New York City Marathon, so close to when COVID came in 2019, it really, really saved me. So it conditioned my lungs, it conditioned my heart, and it also lubricated my joints. So running 26.2 miles right out of the gate in 2019, it was a huge win for me. Although it seemed to cause a lot of complications because, as we know, COVID pneumonia presents differently than regular pneumonia. It looked like little firecrackers in my lungs. And my doctor, who treated me remotely, said, do not go into the hospital because you will not make it out. And I listened and I heeded that warning. So what COVID did to the sarcoidosis, though, is it broke my body down a little bit more, and I obviously became very weak, and it exacerbated my symptoms. So my bones and my body got very weak. I started having more complications. I became much more inflamed because COVID caused inflammation, as we know. And sarcoidosis is a disease based on inflammation. The only difference between COVID and sarcoidosis is the granulomas that form, from what I understand. So when I first got the Pfizer vaccination in 2021, which was right as I was starting my first long COVID program at Northwell, I noticed the problem right away. I started getting skin rash. I started getting lesions on my face that I never had before. My throat started closing. I was having paralysis. I started getting itchy. My hands started locking. And I was also getting, my eyesight started getting worse very rapidly. I had to get, different glasses right away. I started getting tinnitus. I started losing eyesight. I actually, my hands started shaking. My foot dropped. I was having more balance issues. My doctors did not react at all to the vaccine problem. They actually dismissed it, and they told me to just keep getting it. And none of my doctors mentioned the spike protein issue at all. I saw a number of doctors. I saw pain management. I saw neurological doctors, many of them. I saw pulmonologists. I was in a study at a specific hospital doing heart MRI, doing pulmonology tests. And then I was in another long COVID study where the article was written about me. And then I was in a support group for that hospital at Stony Brook on Long Island, which was nice, which was great. I was been in several long COVID groups online. Um, Basically, the biggest issue with handling my disease, sarcoidosis in itself, is the archaic medication they prescribe, like prednisone. Like, they also give Plaquenil, which I'm allergic to. Prednisone is a mask. Currently, I take Topamax, venlafaxine, and Lamictal. Topamax is for migraines, and it's an anti-seizure because I get seizures. I had a focal seizure. I've had ocular seizures. I needed to use a cane. I'm disabled, but I can work part-time. The other issues with handling my disease is they also give us methotrexate, which is a drug for cancer, because a lot of people actually have developed lung cancer from this. So, because my dad had actually sarcoma from this. He passed away June 8th, 1997. He actually developed heart cancer. He had a root canal that he did not fix, and he was a case study and died at the age of 59. It went to his heart. The other thing that I've noticed, and I've been lucky, is that a lot of people in my community form and come together as a group and are very caring, and I've been in a number of support groups for other people who have this illness online, and there's foundations, and it manifests differently in everyone, and we just try and get all the help we can. I've moved to Tucson, Arizona recently. I've been trying to raise money for a long COVID study here. I'm trying to raise at least $5,000, and my daily life right now is limited. I'm not able to do that much. I moved into a new home. I'm very tired. I'm very weak. I'm just trying to get by as best as I can. I know other people who have vaccine injuries from all different types of the vaccines. I took 4 of them, and then I've had 4 COVID pneumonia infections, and I'm just trying to get by every day as best I can. Thank you so much for all your support, and I'm just hoping this article helps people. Take care and have a good weekend. Bye-bye.